So it has arrived. Inside here is my first Ubiquiti product, the Ubiquiti Cloud Gateway Fiber. As you saw there, Ubiquiti deliver all of this in a very nice box. It's a nice unboxing experience, if that's important to you. So this is what you get in the box. You get the Cloud Gateway Fiber and the little pads at the bottom, which I put on. You get an RJ45 patch cable. You get the user manual. You get the power adapter, the main power adapter. And if I hold this up to the camera, you should be able to see that this is able to deliver up to 59.4 watts of power. Now, I did order the European model, so the extension cable for a European power adapter is there, the 2-prong adapter. But because I ordered from the UK, they also provided a UK power adapter as well. So that's very good. So this is everything that you get in there. And my first impressions of this, well, is that this looks amazing. It does look and it does feel like a premium product. Now, unfortunately, because of my camera and light setup, this is incredibly reflective. But if I turn off one or two of the lights, you might be able to see what's going on here. So this is the top of the Cloud Gateway Fiber. You can see the Ubiquiti logo there. Got Cloud Gateway Fiber there. We've got the base there, UCG-Fiber. And then at the back, we have all of the ports. So you've got all the ports here. You can see an input 54 volts DC, and then that looks like a reset button. If I put the lights back on, should hopefully still be able to see everything. So what we've got here is, I'll put the lights back off for a second. It's actually easier to show you with the lights down. What we've got here is 4 2.5 RJ45 gigabit ports there. The last one here is also PoE plus, and then we've got 3 10G ports. So the first one is RJ45, and you can see the little WAN signal there, the wide area network. And then we've got 2 SFP plus ports, and this one has the WAN symbol as well, wide area network. Now, from what I'm led to believe, obviously I've not tested it yet, but from what I'm led to believe, you can change things around. You don't have to put your internet connection into the 10G port here or this 10G port here. You can, if you want, for example, put it into the internet connection into one of these ports, set that as your WAN port, and then you're free to use these ports. So I'm not going to be setting up the Cloud Gateway Fiber as my router right now because I've got a lot of settings to migrate over from my ASUS router, and I want to make sure that everything is okay. But I do want to quickly talk about some things. Firstly, is I want to show you what happens when you power this on for the first time, because we've obviously got this nice little display at the front here, Cloud Gateway Fiber. As you can see, when you power it on, you see the unifi symbol. So when you're using this as your router, you'll see a little display that shows connected devices and the upload speed and the download speed, etc. Not essential, but it's a nice little bonus. Now, if you go to the specifications page for the Cloud Gateway Fiber, you'll see some information there about, you can possibly host up to 15 HD cameras, etc. That's based on how much storage that it can handle, up to 2 terabytes. And then we've got a lot of other information there, 5 gigabits per second for the IDS IPS throughput. Now, I'll let you guys check that out for yourself, but there's a few things I want to point out. One being that the 59.4 watts that we saw in the power supply, that breaks down to 29.4 watts, and then 30 watts are reserved for that PoE plus output. Also, we've got 3 gigabytes of memory. It's powered by a quad-core A73 CPU. And yeah, I'll leave a link to this so you guys can check it out. Now, the one thing it doesn't point out here is the switching capacity, but from what I've read online, it basically has a switching capacity of 1 10 gigabit Ethernet connection. So it's probably going to be capped at about 9.3 gigabits per second. Now that's relevant because obviously we have at the back here, turn this off for a second. At the back here, we have 4 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports, and then we've got 3 10 gigabit connections. But we cannot connect all of these up and expect to get, like, for example, with the 3 10 gigabit Ethernet connections, 10 and then 10 for the 2 SF Plus connections, we cannot expect to get 30 gigabit, gigabits per second through these 3 ports. So for example, in my setup, I could connect my internet connection to one of these ports. I can connect this to my NAS. I can connect to this, these two to other switches that I've got. But the switching capacity, it's not like we've got 30 and then 40 gigabits per second here. We don't have that. It's limited to 10. So just bear that in mind. Yes, this is quite versatile. It's got a lot of ports here, and you can use this to connect lots of devices. But if you're connecting a lot of different devices here, just don't expect to get the full 10 gigabits per second connection to your NAS directly. You're going to have to configure your network a little bit differently to manage that. But that's just a minor thing. You don't expect this to have the same switching capacity as a dedicated switch. But overall, I am very impressed with this. I'm very impressed with it. So there you have it, guys. This is my first look at the Ubiquiti Cloud Gateway Fiber. I haven't set it up as yet, but that's something I will be doing over the next few days. From a presentation point of view, very impressed with the unboxing, what's in the box, etc. And I do appreciate that whilst I've bought the European model, they have thrown in a UK power adapter. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you'd like to know more about this, because I will do a follow-up video where I talk about this once I've configured it, and I will talk about some other things that I'm buying. I've already ordered a Ubiquiti aggregation switch, for example. So thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, post a comment below, and until next time, take care.